The National Protection War, also known as the Anti-Monarchy War, was a civil war that took place in China between 1915 and 1916. Only 3 years earlier, the last Chinese dynasty, the Qing dynasty, had been overthrown, and a Republic of China established in its place. The cause of the war was the proclamation by Yuan Shikai, the republic's president, of himself as a new emperor. In Yunnan province, military leaders including Tang Jiao, Kai Yi, and Li Lijong declared there and launched expeditions against Yuan. Yuan's army experienced several defeats which led other provinces in the south to declare independence as well. Eventually, under immense pressure from the entire nation, Yuan Shikai was forced to abdicate. He died a few months later. Origin. After Yuan Shikai plotted the assassination in 1913 of Song Jiaoren, a prominent leader of the Kuomintang, Sun Yat-sen launched the Second Revolution against Yuan. It was unsuccessful, and Sun was forced to flee to Japan while the Kuomintang was dissolved. Between August and December 1915, supporters of Yuan began to clamor for the restoration of a Chinese monarchy. On December 12, Yuan declared himself Emperor of the Chinese Empire under the era name Hongxian. The new empire was due to formally launch on January 1, when he intended to conduct the accession rites process. Shortly after Yuan proclaimed himself emperor, military leaders Kai Yi and Tang Jiao of Yunnan province declared independence in the provincial capital, Kunming. The date was December 25. They organized the National Protection Army and began an expedition against Yuan's forces. Yuan Shikai sent 80,000 men in an attempt to attack Yunnan, but his troops suffered a major defeat in Sichuan province. Before this defeat, Guizhou and Guangxi provinces declared their independence between February and March 1916. Guangdong, Shandong, Hunan, Shanxi, Jiangxi, Jiangsu all followed suit and declared their independence shortly thereafter. Discord began to surface even inside Yuan's government in the national capital of Beijing. Faced with mounting pressure, Yuan Shikai was forced to abandon the empire on March 22. He died soon after on June 6. The National Protection War was proclaimed a success, with the provinces rescinding their declarations of independence. Northwest China. The governor of Xinjiang, zhànzhēng, was a former Qing dynasty official who approved of Yuan Shikai's monarchism, and was against republicanism. Yang commanded thousands of Chinese Muslim troops. He ruled Xinjiang with a clique of Yunnanese, being from Yunnan himself. His subordinate Muslim generals Ma Fuxing and Ma Xiaowu were also Yunnanese. When some of the Yunnanese revolutionaries wanted to join Kai Yi in revolting against Yang, he beheaded them at a New Year's banquet in 1916. Yang was made a count by Yuan Shikai. Influence. The National Protection War symbolized the beginning of the separation between the North and the South after the establishment of the Republic of China. Yuan Shikai was a legitimate president of the Republic, but his attempt to become emperor was thwarted by the military opposition of the southern provinces. Even after the end of Yuan's short-lived monarchy, the Beiyang government in Beijing was no longer able to maintain control over the military leaders of the southern provinces. After the death of Yuan, the Beiyang government lost its leadership over warlords in the provinces, and infighting among cliques within the Beiyang government began in earnest. Meanwhile, Sun Yat-sen of the Kuomintang created a military government in Guangzhou in the far south, leading to the protection of the constitution. China's warlord era would last for years until Chiang Kai-shek unified China through the Northern Expedition, the Central Plains War, and many other civil wars before the onset of the Second Sino-Japanese War.